Hello everyone and welcome to Old Coin TV channel. If you love exploring the world of coins, their history, value, and rare discoveries, you've come to the right place. Here, we'll share exciting information about coins from around the world, from ancient treasures to modern currency. Whether you're a beginner or an experienced collector, our channel is the perfect place to grow your knowledge and passion for numismatics. So, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and hit the bell icon to never miss our latest videos. The 5-cent 2006 Liberty, officially known as the United States Jefferson nickel, is an important modern American coin that connects contemporary circulation coinage with classic U.S. history, design evolution, minting technology, and everyday economic life. This coin was struck in 2006 at the Philadelphia Mint, which is identified by the P mint mark located on the obverse front of the coin. The denomination is 5 cents USD 5 cents, and it continues the long-running Jefferson nickel series that was first introduced in 1938, replacing the Buffalo Indian head nickel. By 2006, the Jefferson nickel had already become one of the most familiar and widely used coins in the United States, making the 2006 issue a strong example of modern circulation coinage rather than a rare collector-only piece, yet still historically and educationally valuable. The obverse design of the 2006 5-cent coin features a forward-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson, the third President of the United States and the principal author of the Declaration of Independence. This portrait design was introduced in 2006, making this year especially significant. Unlike the earlier side-profile portrait used for decades, the 2006 design shows Jefferson looking straight ahead, giving the coin a more modern and direct appearance. The word, liberty, appears prominently on the obverse, honoring one of the core values of the United States, while the year, 2006, is clearly inscribed, marking its time of issue. The inscription, "In God We Trust," is also present, reflecting a national motto that appears on all modern U.S. coins. The designer of this obverse was Jamie Franke, whose initials, JF, can be found subtly on the coin, representing a new artistic direction for the Jefferson nickel series. The reverse-back design of the 2006 nickel shows Monticello, Thomas Jefferson's historic home located in Virginia. Monticello has been a defining feature of the Jefferson nickel since 1938 and symbolizes Jefferson's legacy not only as a statesman but also as an architect, philosopher, and innovator. Above the building appears the inscription, Et pluribus unum, a Latin phrase meaning, out of many, one, symbolizing unity. Below Monticello, the words, Monticello, and 5 cents, were inscribed, clearly identifying both the subject and denomination of the coin. The country name, United States of America, completes the reverse, reinforcing its official status as legal tender. In terms of metal composition, the 2006 5-cent Liberty coin is made of a standard modern nickel alloy consisting of 75% copper and 25% nickel. This composition has been used for Jefferson nickels since the end of World War II and provides durability, corrosion resistance, and a familiar silver-gray appearance. The coin weighs 5.00 grams, has a diameter of 21.21 millimeters, and a plain, smooth edge, which is typical for U.S. nickels. These specifications ensure the coin works reliably in vending machines, parking meters, and other automated systems, highlighting its practical role in everyday commerce. The Philadelphia Mint, where the 2006 Liberty nickel was produced, is the oldest operating mint in the United States. Coins bearing the P mint mark represent large-scale circulation production rather than limited collector-only mintages. In 2006, the Philadelphia Mint struck hundreds of millions of Jefferson nickels, meaning this coin is common in circulation and not considered rare. However, condition plays a major role in value. While most circulated examples are worth face value, 5-cent coins in uncirculated mint state condition can be worth more, especially if they show sharp details, original luster, and no signs of wear. High-grade examples, particularly those graded by professional services, may command a modest premium among collectors. From a historical and numismatic perspective, the 2006 P5-cent Liberty coin represents a transitional moment in U.S. coin design. Just a year earlier, the U.S. Mint completed the Westward Journey Nickel Series 2004-2005, which celebrated the Louisiana Purchase and the Lewis and Clark Expedition. In 2006, the Mint returned Monticello to the reverse but introduced a refreshed obverse portrait, blending tradition with modern design. This makes the 2006 P nickel especially interesting for collectors who study design changes and series evolution. In everyday life, the 2006 P Jefferson nickel reflects the economic reality of the early 21st century, when 5-cent coins were still commonly used for small purchases, change, and savings. Many people unknowingly carried this coin in their pockets, wallets, and jars, making it part of daily routines. For young collectors and beginners, the 2006 P Liberty nickel is an excellent entry-level coin, easy to find, affordable, and rich in historical meaning. For advanced collectors, it offers opportunities to study mint quality, die varieties, strike differences, and grading standards. In conclusion, the 5-cent 2006 P Liberty Jefferson nickel is not a rare or expensive coin, but it is highly important as a symbol of American history, democratic values, and modern coinage. It honors Thomas Jefferson, reflects the artistic transition of U.S. coins in the 2000s, and continues a series that has lasted for generations. Whether viewed as a circulating coin, a historical artifact, or a collectible example in mint condition, the 2006 P Liberty nickel holds lasting educational and cultural value in the story of United States numismatics. Beyond its basic identification and historical background, the 5-cent 2006 P Liberty Jefferson nickel also holds special importance when examined from the perspective of coin production quality, collecting habits, and long-term preservation, which adds another deep layer of understanding for numismatists and casual collectors alike. The year 2006 marked a time when the United States Mint was actively improving engraving precision, die longevity, and striking consistency, and this is clearly reflected in many well-preserved 2006 P nickels. Coins from this year often show strong central details on Jefferson's hair, eyes, and cheekbones, as well as clearer architectural lines on Monticello, particularly in higher-grade examples. However, because nickels are made of a relatively hard copper-nickel alloy, many circulated pieces quickly developed surface marks, light scratches, and dullness from constant handling, making truly pristine specimens increasingly harder to find as time passes. Collectors who specialize in modern Jefferson nickels often pay close attention to strike quality and luster in 2006 P issues. Some coins display a bright, satin-like sheen straight from the mint, while others appear flatter due to heavy production demands and worn dies. These small differences, although invisible to the general public, are very important in professional grading. A 2006 P nickel graded MS65 or higher can be noticeably more valuable than an average uncirculated coin, especially if it retains full original mint luster and has minimal contact marks. In rare cases, exceptional examples with near-perfect surfaces can become highlight pieces in modern U.S. nickel collections, even though the coin itself is common in lower grades. Another fascinating aspect of the 2006 P Liberty nickel is the presence of minor die varieties and minting anomalies, which can attract variety hunters. These may include slight die cracks, die chips, doubled details in lettering, or unusual polishing lines. While major errors are uncommon, small variations still exist and add excitement for collectors who search through rolls of nickels. Such discoveries show how mass-produced coins are still individual products of complex industrial processes, each carrying tiny clues about how it was made. From a long-term collecting and educational viewpoint, the 2006 P 5-cent Liberty coin serves as a strong teaching tool for understanding how modern U.S. coinage balances artistry, efficiency, and tradition. It demonstrates how a single coin can connect political history, national symbolism, metallurgy, economics, and technology in one small object. Over time, as circulation examples become more worn or disappear into collections, well-preserved specimens may gradually gain increased interest, not because of rarity alone, but because of their role in documenting an era of American coin design. For this reason, the 2006 P. Jefferson nickel remains a meaningful and worthy subject of study, even decades after its release. Looking even deeper, the 5-cent 2006 P. Liberty Jefferson nickel also reflects the broader social, economic, and cultural environment of the United States during the mid-2000s, a period marked by rapid technological growth, changing consumer habits, and evolving views on money itself. At that time, physical cash was still central to daily transactions, and the nickel played a quiet but essential role in making exact change, supporting small purchases, public transportation, and everyday trade. The continued high mintage of the 2006 P nickel shows that demand for low-denomination coins was still strong, even as digital payments were beginning to emerge. This coin therefore stands as a physical reminder of a transitional economic era, positioned between traditional cash-based systems and the digital payment world that would expand dramatically in the years that followed. From a numismatic collecting strategy perspective, many collectors choose to save the 2006 P Liberty nickel in different conditions to show how wear changes a coin over time. Comparing a heavily circulated example with a sharply struck uncirculated coin clearly demonstrates how Jefferson's facial features, the word liberty, and the fine details of Monticello gradually soften with use. This makes the coin especially useful for beginners learning to grade coins, as it provides clear visual lessons in distinguishing between circulated, about uncirculated, and mint state conditions. Roll searching for 2006 P nickels has also become a popular activity among hobbyists, as it allows collectors to find high-quality examples at low cost while enjoying the thrill of discovery. In a broader historical sense, the 2006 P Jefferson nickel represents the enduring legacy of Thomas Jefferson in American coinage. Few figures in U.S. history have remained continuously represented on circulating coins for so many decades. The refreshed 2006 portrait reaffirmed Jefferson's importance while modernizing his image for a new generation. Even though the coin may appear ordinary at first glance, its long-term value lies in its ability to tell a layered story, one that connects American ideals of liberty, the evolution of minting art, everyday economic life, and the personal experiences of millions of people who used this small coin without ever realizing the history it carried in their hands. Continuing further, the 5-cent 2006 P Liberty Jefferson nickel can also be appreciated from the viewpoint of preservation, storage, and future collectability, which are important considerations for anyone interested in keeping this coin for the long term. Because nickels are composed of a copper-nickel alloy, they are more resistant to corrosion than pure copper coins, yet they are still vulnerable to environmental damage such as moisture, fingerprints, and improper storage. Collectors who preserve 2006 P nickels in coin flips, albums, or protective capsules help maintain the original mint luster and surface quality, which may become increasingly desirable as decades pass. Even common modern coins can gain additional interest when they survive in exceptional condition, especially when most remaining examples show heavy wear. Another important angle is the educational and generational role of the 2006 P Jefferson nickel. Many young collectors encounter this coin early in their numismatic journey because it is easy to obtain and instantly recognizable. Parents and teachers often use modern nickels like this one to introduce concepts such as U.S. presidents, national symbols, coin design, and the meaning of liberty. Over time, these early experiences can inspire deeper interest in history, economics, and collecting. In this way, the 2006 P Liberty nickel becomes more than just money, it becomes a gateway into learning and appreciation of American heritage. Finally, when viewed within the complete Jefferson nickel series, the 2006 P issue acts as a bridge between tradition and modernization. It restored Monticello after the experimental reverse designs of 2004-2005, while at the same time debuting a bold new obverse portrait. This balance helped ensure continuity in the series while keeping it visually fresh. As years go by, collectors may increasingly view the 2006p Liberty nickel as a defining coin of its era, not because it is rare, but because it clearly marks a moment of design renewal in one of America's longest-running coin series. Extending the discussion even more, the 5-cent 2006p Liberty Jefferson nickel also offers insight into the psychological and symbolic power of coin imagery, especially in how national identity is communicated through everyday objects. The strong, forward-facing portrait of Thomas Jefferson introduced in 2006 was intentionally designed to appear confident and timeless, subtly reinforcing ideals of leadership, independence, and intellectual strength. Unlike older side-profile portraits, this design feels more personal and direct, as if Jefferson is engaging the viewer face-to-face. For many Americans, this may have been their first experience seeing such a modernized presidential portrait on a circulating coin, making the 2006p nickel a quiet but meaningful shift in how historical figures are presented in daily life. From a market and hobby perspective, the 2006p Jefferson nickel illustrates how modern coins can still generate collecting interest even without high intrinsic or rarity value. Coin dealers often include high-grade 2006p nickels in bulk mint state sets, while online sellers highlight sharply struck examples for collectors who want the best possible condition. Over time, demand for certified modern coins has grown, and some collectors choose to have top-quality 2006p nickels professionally graded to preserve their condition and authenticity. Although the financial return is usually modest, the satisfaction comes from completeness, quality, and the enjoyment of building a well-curated collection. In the long sweep of American numismatic history, the 2006p Liberty nickel stands as a record of continuity. It shows how the United States Mint respects tradition while still allowing room for change and experimentation. Decades from now, historians and collectors may look back at this coin as a representative artifact of early 21st century America, an era when physical money was still central, national symbols remained prominent, and even the smallest denomination carried a carefully considered message about liberty, history, and national pride.